Pardon me?
Then once Megan says we're good, you can go.
Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. We are going to start with waiver B, and we will come back to waiver A, and hopefully Ellen can be on with us by that time. So, Kathy, you want to start with waiver B?
Waiver B, we have had some, according to the regulation, there needs to be 4 observations during a student teaching experience. And 5 universities had asked for a waiver of 1 or 2 of the observations because of the COVID virus. And we received another one from Moorhead on Friday. So we have 6 universities that have asked for that waiver. And that's what they're asking for.
Okay, so you have the request before you. Do we have a motion?
Who all is on here that can, I'm trying to figure out how many of us are on here.
We might have Ellen.
I think Ellen might be on now.
Well,
Okay.
we can see her. I let her in. Ellen, can you see or hear us?
I can see her.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, talk for just another second. Oh,
Hey.
touchdown. Welcome to the meeting.
Good morning.
Well,
Okay,
sort of.
so Ellen, we started with waiver B. We'll go back to A in just a minute. So we have the recommendation. Do I have a motion?
She shows up on my screen to admit. You want me to admit her?
I just did.
Okay. Her seems to be frozen.
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Ellen? It looks like she's going to have to leave and check back in.
Okay. Well, I guess, should we go ahead with waiver B?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Rachel, do you make a motion?
I mean, I hate that they would have to go without student teaching because I think it's so important, but I also don't know what to do if we don't say yes with this whole thing.
This doesn't ask for them to go without student teaching. This asks that the university supervisor who is unable to make maybe the 3rd and 4th observation, several of them are doing it by videotape, and that's going to be presented to EPSB. But this is just people who absolutely are afraid they might not be able to make 1 or 2.
That makes sense. I'm sorry. I completely misunderstood when I was.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a lot of universities that have already conducted 2 and 3 observations, regular observations, but they can't finish the 4th one in the normal way.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. That makes a lot more sense. Then I would go with approving that. I'm sorry.
Okay, you froze. Did you make a motion?
To approve.
Okay. All right. All right. Is Ellen's not on? Okay. Second.
Like she's on now.
Okay.
Yeah, talk for just another second or two. See if your video will come up.
Okay, I see you all, and I can see myself.
Hey.
And I can,
Good.
I can hear
Because,
you.
great. Because we have to have, I know it's a pain, but with the way that Teams works, you have to speak for a couple seconds before the video will activate because we don't have the gallery like Zoom has. And that we saw this with the state board the other day. You have to kind of talk slowly when you're doing your vote so that it'll capture it on video.
Okay.
Okay. So we have a motion to approve waiver B. Ellen, do you support the
Yes, I do.
Do you second the
Yes.
motion?
I
Okay.
second.
Then- Okay, then I support the motion, so the motion carries. All right, we'll go back to A. So Kathy, if you want to go
Okay,
over
just
waiver
about
A.
every
'Cause I need
spring,
to
just
recuse-
about every,
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
I was just saying I need to recuse myself from this waiver.
okay. Every spring, we pretty much have a waiver to waive some of the 70 required minimum days for student teaching, and usually for inclement weather and for sickness. But this year, it's for COVID virus and the district shutting down. Universities, 20 of the universities have submitted waivers for this, and they may have submitted more days than they're going to need, but then that'll be okay. It's just that they have submitted the waiver, so we are asking that you waive the regulation for 70 days minimum.
And a lot of the universities are doing, students are doing teaching lessons, doing things. So it's not like they're not doing anything. It's just not your, obviously your stereotypical experiences. So do I have a motion concerning waiver A? Okay, Ellen, I think you're saying approve. Okay.
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay.
A second.
Okay. All right. Then the motion carries. Since we have a first, second, I can't vote on that one. So, okay, waiver C.
Wait, this is Crystal. Waiver C is brought by Harlan County Public Schools on behalf of Martha Jane Brock. The renewal regulation, which is 4060, requires teachers to have 3 years of teaching experience or 6 semester hours of graduate credit to renew. She was on disability retirement until midway through the 18-19 school year. She was released from disability retirement. She returned to a full-time position, taught out the rest of the 18-19 year, and then she retired and then was rehired as a part-time Gear Up instructor / tutor on a certified basis for the 1920 school year. So under normal circumstances, she would have a year and a half of experience for the current towards her renewal, but due to being on medical disability retirement, she did not meet the 3 years of experience. So she's or the district is asking for a waiver to allow her to renew so she can continue in her current position. And of course, where she's retired, she doesn't. There's an already rank 1. There's not really the desire to go back and do more graduate credit.
So have we had some of this type of situation before, Crystal?
Yes, we have with medical circumstances where people have been unable to meet the experience requirement due to their medical circumstances. Sometimes it's a little bit shorter of a time, and this one is also kind of different because we're dealing with the COVID-19, so she's not actually in the classroom or working with the students. I don't know to what extent she's able to work with them online, but where her disability retirement took her through the through half of the 18-19 year out of this last 5 years, she wasn't able to get 2 or more years of experience. We've usually, when we've done it in the past, it's been usually for 6 months to a year of experience.
Okay, so I need a motion.
In the past, it's been what, how many years did you say?
Well, there's not any certain term, but we have had similar waivers when they might have 2.5 years of experience, but lack the 3 years. Hers just happens to be that she would have a year and a half of experience waived rather than 6 months to a year.
I'm okay with approving it based on the situation at hand. Right.
And, okay.
You're good.
Okay, I was just gonna say, in the supporting documents, there was also a letter of support from the superintendent. So this was, wasn't her requesting, it was the district making the request.
Mm-mm.
I'll second.
Okay, Rachel, you kind of froze on my screen. Did you approve?
Approved. Yes.
Okay, all right, we have a second. Okay. I approve as well. So, all right, so the motion carries. Waiver D.
Waiver D is brought by Shelby County Public Schools on behalf of Rebecca Baston. Rebecca was an Indiana prepared teacher. She's been employed and certified in Kentucky for some time. She's been working with Shelby County Schools for some time. But prior to moving to Kentucky a few years ago, she had also completed a gifted and talented program in Indiana. And however, she had never pursued to have the endorsement added to her Indiana certificate. She is requesting, or the district is requesting, a waiver of 4030, the out-of-state preparation that requires teachers have an equivalent certificate from out of state. She does have an Indiana certificate, it just does not reflect her gifted endorsement that she completed in Indiana. She has since taken and passed our praxis test. And it should be known too, she did pass the Indiana test. She just never added it to her certificate.
Okay, so I need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, I agree. All right, so the motion carries. And that's it, right?
That's it.
All right. Okay, so I guess we're leaving this and then coming back in through the other link, right?
That
Yes.
you are correct.
Okay, all right.
Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank
See
you.
you on the
Bye.
next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.